On January 31st, 2025, a peaceful, rainy evening in Philadelphia turned into a nightmare. A Learjet 55, a small private plane numbered XAUCI, took off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport and, in less than 40 seconds, crashed into a busy neighborhood like a falling missile. 7 people died, dozens were hurt, and the city was left reeling. This wasn't a lone tragedy. It came during a wave of plane crashes shaking the world. What went wrong with this medical flight meant to save a young life? Let's uncover the heartbreaking truth together. At 6:06 p.m., the Learjet 55 rolled down runway 24 at Northeast Philadelphia Airport, a bustling spot for small planes and the 4th busiest in Pennsylvania. It was on a mission to fly an 11-year-old girl and her mother from Philadelphia to Tijuana, Mexico, with a fuel stop in Springfield, Missouri. This twin-engine jet, first flown in 1979, was made for fast, long trips, up to 2,500 miles at 530 miles per hour. Numbered XAUCI and 43 years old, it belonged to Jet Rescue Air Ambulance, a company that rushes patients to care. That night, it took off in light rain and fog, with clouds just 400 feet above the ground. Air traffic controllers cleared it to go and told the pilots to turn right toward a direction called heading 290. The plane climbed to about 1,650 feet, moving at 255 miles per hour, pretty normal for this jet. The pilot's last words over the radio were calm. Medevac 56, thank you, good day. But just 7 to 8 seconds later, disaster struck. Tracking data showed the plane pitched down sharply, its nose dropping fast, and fell straight toward the earth, accelerating with no sign of slowing or turning. Videos caught it bursting through the clouds almost straight down, engines roaring loud, lights still on, but no smoke or fire behind it. It smashed into a parking lot near Roosevelt Mall, right where Cottman Avenue meets Roosevelt Boulevard, a packed area just miles from the airport. Packed with fuel for the long trip, it exploded into a massive fireball, wrecking cars, damaging homes, and shaking Northeast Philadelphia in an instant. On board were 6 people, all from Mexico. Captain Alan Alejandro Montoya Perales and co-pilot Josué de Jesus Juarez, expert pilots, were flying this life-saving mission. With them were Dr. Raul Meza Arredondo, a baby care specialist, and paramedic Rodrigo Lopez Padilla, quiet heroes of medicine. The most precious passengers were 11-year-old Valentina Guzman Murillo, who'd just finished 4 months of treatment at Shriners Hospital for Children in Philadelphia, and her mother, Lizeth Murillo Ozuna. That morning, Valentina had a happy goodbye party at the hospital, excited to head home to Ensenada. But that joy turned to tragedy. On the ground, an unnamed person, maybe in a car, became the 7th soul lost to the fiery explosion. At least 24 others were hurt, leaving deep scars across the community. What caused this terrible crash? The National Transportation Safety Board, the team investigating plane accidents, is digging into it. Answers could take 2 years. For now, here's what early clues suggest, explained simply. Did the pilots lose control? Experts say over 40% of small plane crashes happen when pilots can't keep the plane flying right. Videos show it dropping almost straight down after a sharp turn. Maybe the pilots got confused about which way was up, a problem called spatial disorientation. That happens when clouds hide the sky, and they have to trust the plane's dials and screens instead of looking outside. That night, clouds were just 400 feet above the ground, much lower than 1,000 feet. where pilots can usually see enough to fly by sight. They had to use instruments right away, which is tough, especially while tweaking the plane's wings and gears in those first seconds. Or did something break? About 5% of deadly crashes come from a part of the plane failing. Not the engines, which witnesses heard roaring, but maybe the steering controls. This jet was 43 years old, and right after takeoff, pilots pull up the landing gear, adjust the wings, and turn on a stabilizer called the yaw damper to keep it steady. If that stabilizer broke, or if the rudder, a big flap that steers, got stuck, it could have made the plane roll wildly out of control. Pilots who know this jet say fixing that so low to the ground would be nearly impossible. Weather could have made it worse. There were warnings about sudden wind shifts below 2,000 feet that can shake a plane, plus low clouds under 1,000 feet, meaning the pilots couldn't see much and relied on gadgets from the start. Experts say this wouldn't crash the jet by itself, but it might have added trouble, like bumpy air mixing with a bigger problem. The plane didn't stall, where it slows and drops more gently. It fell fast and straight, hinting at a broken steering part or sudden instability. This crash came 2 days after another near Washington, part of a scary string of accidents. The pilot's voice recorder, pulled from the wreckage, will tell us more about those frantic final moments after their last calm words. The Learjet 55 crash stole 7 lives and showed how dangerous flying can be, especially with so many plane accidents lately. Philadelphia is still in pain, while families in Mexico and beyond wait for the investigators' answers. Pilots can learn now. Check every detail before flying, practice for emergencies in their heads, and stay sharp when clouds block the view. Small steps that might save lives next time. Valentina, Alan, Josue, Raul, Rodrigo, Lizeth, and an unnamed person on the ground. They were gone in a flash, trapped in an awful moment. Their story won't fade away. Stay with us for updates on this investigation, and let's keep asking why these tragedies strike. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe for more stories like this.